Good morning everyone, and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity, and I hope you all had a fabulous weekend. I got some seed sowing and gardening done, so I'm quite happy. Right, so today we're going to be using these, and this is a set of 3, even though you can buy them individually. They do layer up. They are all 5.5 by 4.25. So if I move that one out of the way and lay that one down there, you can see that they will layer up. This particular one, the branch set, comes with all of the berries. So I've already die cut, and I'm going to share that with you. Just pop those out of the way. Now for my base today, 5.5 by 4.25, I'm using Panalisa's brick wall pack again, and I'm going for the very white with the sort of shaded undertones of grey. So here are the 3 that I've cut out. Let's get those out, and I'm using chalks today because they're nice and easy. I'm going to place that one onto there, and if you look at them, they do layer up. That becomes the shadow of the branch as you lay it across. If you wanted to do your card just like that, all white monochrome, then you could absolutely do that. It just looks absolutely stunning like that, all on its own. And I've also scooped them up there, got a bunch of berries and twigs that will hang off of these sections, but we need to colour. So I'm going to move this bit out of the way, and I'm just going to scoot those over to there for a minute. And as I said, Jane Davenport chalks, you can get them as bargains on eBay, but there's one particular set that you're not likely to find, and that is this one. And this one is called Lit Up, and this one is available on the Jane Davenport website. This is the one that's got the yellows, the oranges, and sort of like orangey reds, really lovely. And of course you've got some reddy browns in there. So we're using that one. I'm using this one, which is called Chilled. This is usually one that you can find on eBay for about 10-15 bucks if you're lucky. And then this one, again, very hard to find. This one is the birthday suit, so you're better off just going, I've got fluff on my palette, straight to Jane Davenport's website. This is what I used for doing all the flesh tones on my critters and their cheeks, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. And this is what I use, and I can link them below. You can get them from Jane Davenport, or you can get them from AliExpress, and they're basically like latex tipped eyeshadow brushes. You can see all of mine all gunked up, but that's okay. You can just keep using them, till they fall apart and then replace them with some new ones. That's what I say. Right, so first of all we're going into greens, so that's going to be the Chilled palette, and I'm just going to pop that one there. I'm going to move my base out of the way, and I'm going to start with what I believe to be the bottom. It's what I'm choosing as the bottom of my card. This will be, the base that goes to the base. Right, so let's open up our greens. And you can see there's various shades of green there, and there's even a couple that I haven't even used. But I'm going to start with the palest green, and I'm just going to grab one of my wands, and you'll see just how easy this is. If you've got hand or wrist problems, I mean seriously, this is the way to go. So I'm just going in with pale green. I'm just touching my cardstock really gently. Don't worry if you're getting green in the sections where you're getting the brown, because we're going to go over that again after. Right, so I'm just going to finish putting my green on, and I'll be right back. Right, so I finished doing my pale green, and the next thing that I want to do is I want to add a little bit of yellow. So I'm just grabbing the wand to do that, and then just picking up a bit on the bit that I've been using in yellow. Just pop that over to one side, and I just want to grab a bit onto the tips. Basically what you see me doing here is the way I'm going to treat the other sections, but I want you to see me colour one section in first. Right, and then what I'm doing is I'm going straight back into my green and just blending that back a little bit. So you're kind of getting a variegated leaf effect, and just spoosh it in. I'm not hurting my hands at all, seriously. I'm just like tickling and tapping the surface. That's all I am doing. Right, now the next thing I need to do is go into a dark shade of green, so I'm going to go into that one next. And if you've got a piece of kitchen paper, you can just scrub this over the surface until it comes up clean. You just have to do it gently, and then you can go back into basically whatever colour you want. So now I'm just going to touch up a few leaves. So getting some lovely colour in there. I will do some close-ups in a minute and pick it up and share it with you. Only sometimes the colouring can be so subtle it's hard to see on camera. But we've just got three nice shades going on now. And what I'll do is I'll just quickly pick that bit up so that you can have a look. Just give it a tap. Can you see that? I hope that's showing up. So there's three different colours going on in those leaves. Now the next thing I need to do is brown. So I'm just going to shut the lid on that for a minute. Put that one there. And then I'm bringing in the birthday suit palette. And because this is my base, I'm going to go for quite a dark brown. So if you have a look here, if you've got one of these palettes, I'm going to choose this one. Yeah, I'll choose this one actually. And then I can use the paler one on top. And then you just take this and just trace it. Just take your time. Do it really gently. Oh, I've gone blurred. And you'll actually get those areas in. Just gently sweep over the surface and you'll see all that green is now vanishing that I'd got on the twigs. And then to get to any little bits in between, you just use the edge, and I'll show you that in a second. Right, let me just tap that, 'cause sometimes you get a few little, you know, dusty chalky bits. You can just blend those off. But now to get into the little areas, you just take your palette again, take the tip of your brush and just tap it down so that you've got that just on your tip. And then you're able to just go into small areas like this and touch those up. And I think that's basically it. So let's pick that up and have a look. Just give it a blow. So how close we can go. There we go, that's better. So you've got all those lovely colours going on. Now what you just saw me do using those colours, I'm going to do on the other 2 layers, and then I'll come back and we'll start on the berries, because I think they go in a particular order too. So I'll just finish these and I'll come straight back. Right, so I've done that and I went away and washed my little scruffy mat. But here is my back layer. Here is the mid layer. I'm just going to line them up. So that's my middle layer, and then this one is my top layer. And as this goes on top, you'll see that these become like the highlights on the branches. Let's see if I can pick that up and do a close. See how close we can get. There you go. See, those will go down like that. Got to line them up. And then you've got your shadows on your leaves. So, and all of that done with chalk, really easy to do. Right, now I'm going to put my mat down, because before we get to colouring the berries, I'm going to glue my base on. Now make sure you take a good look at your brick and which direction it's facing, because you want it to look right. Like, that's not right to me. I want the majority of my shadow at the bottom. Yeah, you can have it however you want to, but that's how I'm doing mine. Right, so I am just going to start with the outside edge. I'm trying to make sure that I've got enough down here so that the glue's not going to go off on me. And I'm going to go with my bottom layer, and I'm just going to line that up into the corner there and into the corner there. Don't worry about any glue that might come squoozing out. Shift it over while you've still got some movement time. Make sure your hands are clean and give it a squish. Right, so that's our first layer down. Try and move that up. And then our next layer, we just need to go around the frame again. Now you might notice that I kind of went off edge of the frame for the base, but that's okay because you're going to put another one on top. But what I did do was try to keep my top layer clean all the way around the edge. So now we're doing exactly the same thing. We want to line them up, give it a gentle tap, and then while you've still got some movement time in your glue, tap it down again. Clean hands and give it a squish. And that's our second layer. Now we're going in with the third layer, and what I'm doing here is I'm going to go around the frame, but I also want to pay attention to my branches this time. So on the squiggly jagged pieces, I'm just going to put a little bit of glue. They look a bit like crinkle cut French fries. Just get yourself a little bit of glue on those and then line it up once again. While you've still got some movement, make sure you've got it straight. And then our crinkle cut chips can go down. I know we call them fries in America. In the UK they're called chips. So I do know a lot of people get awfully confused when they go out to restaurants and diners here, because you know they kind of look at the waitress and they'll say, you know, fries. What are those then? Right, so that is our base done. I'm going to tidy that up, make sure I've got no fluff or dirt on there. Isn't that pretty? I mean, just like that, it's lovely. You know, you could put a little bird in the trees, and if you change the colours, you can have it autumnal, so you're using a lot of orange and rusts and what have you. This to me is a little bit spring. You could make it look even springier by making the berries blue, so they could be blueberries, and you could have a little birdie there, or you could pop a bird's nest or even a butterfly or anything onto that. But now, while that's drying, we're going to do the berries. And I just wanted to do everything as per website, so I'm going to grab some of these pieces here, because some of them will connect to berries, like that piece there will lay out on top of these. I'll pop that way around because I think that's correct. And then these are little branches where you can hang bunches, like there's a set of 3, and somewhere around here I've got one that connects 3. I was sure that I had one of those. It's probably on my table and I can't see it. Ah, there it is. Right, so let's work this out. Yeah, that goes like that. I've got it upside down and I do apologise. And then that will go to a 3. So let's do a 3, and then as you can see there's quite a few of them, and I'll go off and do those, come back and we'll glue them on. So I'm going in with my red colours. I need to put the lid on my glue. So I'm just picking up one of my wands, and I'm using the lit up set for this, which has got the yellow in it. And I'm going into this colour here, which is a sort of persimmon red. I'm going to do that. I'll do a 2 as well. But you know what I mean? If you used a purpley blue, you could have blueberries. So you can quite literally change the seasons. And now for the tops of those, I'm going to use this pale powdery pink. And I think I might put a little bit of red on top of that, so it's not as dark as the berry that I've just done. And then just blend that out. Now the branches, they're brown again, so I'm just going to grab a little bit of, oh no, that's too burgundy brown for me. I'm going to go back into this one, which is the birthday suit, and I'm just going to use the same shade of brown that I was using before. So I'm just going to stroke down there, because that's going to be a branch. And I think I've got a 2 here. Yes, here we go. So I'm going to do the same on there. And just get a little bit more brown. Okay, so just move those pallets. I'm just going to lift my stuff out of the yuck. Because those are going to go onto there. And those are going to go onto here. Now I need to move my mat up. And I do have my pickup tool, which is a useful thing to have in circumstances such as these. I just want to pop a little bit of glue on either side. I am actually using my fingers. I'll pick that up. Take a look from behind. I'm giving that a press. Now if you want to highlight your berries on that little swirl at the base, I don't know if you can see that, then using a white paint pen, and I was talking with a friend the other day, we were going on about white gel pens and, you know, using them properly and which one is the best to use. Well, oftentimes I use a jelly roll, and I do have that on my desk. But if I want something darker or stronger, I do love Posca pens, but the ones that I have are 3M. Now there are some finer ones, but they're horribly expensive. So if you need something a brighter white, this is the one I recommend. This is the Artistro, and I think this is a 07. And if I can find them, I think I got them on Amazon. I will link them, but you can just dot a little bit of white and it shows up brilliant white, which is really lovely. So I've got some little highlights on my berries. So there you go, extra fine tip, 07. So I was right, but if I can find them I will link them. Now the next stage for these berries are their two little branches, and this is where I use my pickup tool. So I can pop that one there. I was getting confused there, and I'm wondering if I'm supposed to put separate berries onto this one, because the configuration don't feel right to me. So I think it's probably separate berries, so that you're kind of going like that, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I think we're just supposed to like dot them on individually. So that's what I'll do. So first of all, I'm going to go away, I'm going to colour these up, and I will come straight back. Right, so I've done that and I've tidied up my mess, and here is our background again. Hopefully we're going to get a clear shot. There you go. So that's what we've got there. Coloured all of my berries. I've got my extra little branches if I want to use them, but you know, I'm not sure that I'm going to. So first of all, I want to go with this 3 branch up here, which is already part of the die cut, and I'm going to pick this one up and pop it on there. So, oh, we're blurred again. So I've got that one going on there, and then I've got quite a few 2s. So I think I'm going to have a 2 here and a single. So just little blobs of glue on the end. So there's my 2. And then I'm not sure if my pickup tool is going to work. Oh, there we go. Doesn't always work on chalk surfaces. It can tend not to want to pick up. And then we've got this 3-bit here. So I'm going to go with a 2. I'm going to face it in that direction, and I'm going to go with singles. Now you can totally add more because you've got extra branches. So I think I'll do that. I think I'll tuck one in here, and I think I'll go with the 3. That's what I'll do. Now all I need to do is pop a little bit of glue at this point here, and then slide it under that branch. Give that a press, and then I think I'll go with a single here, and I might go with the single there and a double there. So it's going to be like a big cluster going on here. Whoops. As I was saying, it doesn't always want to stick to chalk. So I've got those there. Now I could of course add even more if I wanted to. So I've got 2 berries left, and I've got 2 single branches. So I'm trying to think where I want to go. Do I want to go up there? Yeah, why not? Let's go up there. So I'm going to put a little blob of glue here, and then push it under that little branch there and stick it down right there. I don't want it to be poking out. And then I will go with a blob on the end of each branch. I wasn't sure, you know, if I'd turn the camera back on. I hate it when I do that to myself. I think I've just sat here and made a card and I haven't even recorded it. So we've got one there, and then I'm going to put my last one up there. Ooh, just hold that in place for a second. And hopefully it will stick. So, you know, you can cut more berries and use that branch as well if you want to. But I think I've got enough berries on my card. Yes, I do. But as I was saying earlier, imagine those as blueberries, you know, and you've got your little bird, your spring bird. But isn't that gorgeous? I absolutely love that. And that brick wall background again, which is one of those papers that we used when we did that window die last week. I just absolutely love that. So easy to do, so easy on your hands. Right, I thank you so much for joining me today, and we will be up again with Panalisa tomorrow. As usual, all links below. Bye.